everybody. Amrita Civil Services Education Programmലേക്ക് ഏവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. ഒരു സിവിൽ സർവീസസിന്റെ ഫൈനൽ ഇന്റർവ്യൂ എങ്ങനെയിരിക്കുമെന്ന് നമുക്ക് പലർക്കും ഒരുപക്ഷെ അറിയണ്ടാവില്ല. സിവിൽ സർവീസസ് മനസ്സിൽ കാണുന്ന അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു സ്വപ്നമായി കാണുന്ന നിങ്ങളിൽ പലർക്കും വളരെ യൂസ്ഫുൾ ആൻഡ് വളരെ സഹായകരമാകുന്ന രീതിയിലാണ് ഈ ഒരു ഇന്റർവ്യൂ ബോർഡിനെ ഒരുക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. വളരെ എമിനന്റ് ആയ പേഴ്സണാലിറ്റീസ് ഉള്ള ഒരു ശരിക്കും ഡൽഹിയിലെ ഇന്റർവ്യൂ ബോർഡ് എങ്ങനെയിരിക്കും എന്നതിന്റെ ഒരു മിനിയേച്ചർ വേർഷൻ തന്നെയാണ് ഇവിടെ അവർക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഡിസൈൻ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഇന്നത്തെ ഇന്റർവ്യൂ പാനൽ ചെയർ ചെയ്യുന്നത് അംബാസഡർ ടി.പി. ശ്രീനിവാസൻ സർ, currently Executive Vice Chairman of Kerala State Higher Education Council, Ms. Jaya Chandrasekhar, an English communication skill expert and professional trainer, Shri Rishi Raj Singh, IPS, Chief Vigilance Officer, KACB, Dr. K. Ampadi, IIS, Managing Director, Kerala State Coastal Area Development Corporation Limited, N. Prashant, IAS, District Collector, Calicut. Hello Shinas.
ഹായ് ദീപ.
കൺഗ്രാറ്റുലേഷൻസ്. വലിയൊരു അച്ചീവ്മെൻറ്റ് തന്നെയാണ്. ഇത്രയും സിവിൽ സർവീസ് എന്ന വലിയൊരു പരീക്ഷയുടെ ആദ്യത്തെ 2 ഘട്ടങ്ങൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ് ഇപ്പോൾ ഫൈനലിൽ വന്ന് നിൽക്കുകയാണ്. അതൊരു വലിയ കാര്യം തന്നെയാണ്. സോ കൺഗ്രാറ്റുലേഷൻസ് ആൻഡ് കേരള ഈസ് പ്രൗഡ് ഓഫ് യു. ഇവിടം വരെ വന്നതിന് ഡെഫിനറ്റ്ലി വി ആർ പ്രൗഡ് ഓഫ് യു.
താങ്ക് യു.
സോ ടെൽ മീ വാട്ട് ഇസ് ഇറ്റ്, എങ്ങനെ വീട്ടിലാരൊക്കെയാണുള്ളത്? വീട്ടിലാരൊക്കെയാണ് മോട്ടിവേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളത് ഇതിലേക്ക്?
എൻ്റെ ഉപ്പ, ഉമ്മ, പിന്നെ 2 പെങ്ങന്മാർ. എൻ്റെ ഉപ്പായും ഉമ്മായുമായിരുന്നു എൻ്റെ മെയിൻ ഇൻസ്പിരേഷൻ. അവർ രണ്ടുപേരും ചെറുപ്പം തൊട്ട് എനിക്ക് ആഗ്രഹമുള്ളത് പറയുമ്പം എല്ലാ കാര്യത്തിലും ഒരു ഭയങ്കര സപ്പോർട്ടായിരുന്നു. കൂടെ എൻ്റെ സിബ്ലിങ്സും ഭയങ്കര സപ്പോർട്ട് തന്നെയായിരുന്നു.
ഓക്കെ, വെരി ഗുഡ്. സോ ഈ ചെറുപ്പം മുതലേ ആഗ്രഹം ഉണ്ടെന്ന് തോന്നിയല്ലോ. ആഗ്രഹം എങ്ങനെയാണ് വന്നത്? കാരണം യൂഷ്വലി ചെറുപ്പത്തിലൊക്കെ നമ്മുടെ ആഗ്രഹങ്ങൾ വളരെ കളർഫുൾ ആയിരിക്കും. എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവരും കണ്ട് ഡോക്ടർ ആവണം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ്. ഇപ്പോൾ വലിയൊരു ആഗ്രഹമല്ല ആരുടെയും, എങ്കിൽ പോലും ഡോക്ടർ ആവണം, എഞ്ചിനീയർ ആവണം, അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെയല്ലേ. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ചിലപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് എന്താ പറയുക, കലാരംഗത്തേക്ക് പോകണം എന്നൊക്കെ ആയിരിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ ഈ സിവിൽ സർവീസ് എന്ന ആഗ്രഹം ഈ ചെറുപ്പത്തിലെ മനസ്സിലിങ്ങനെ മുട്ടിടാൻ കാരണം എന്താണ്?
ചെറുപ്പത്തിൽ എല്ലാവർക്കും ആഗ്രഹം ഉണ്ടാകുന്നത് പോലെ കിങ്ങും കമ്മീഷണറൊക്കെ കണ്ടിട്ട് തന്നെയാണ് എനിക്കും ഈ സർവീസ് ഓറിയൻറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ജോബിലേക്ക് മാറണം എന്ന് തോന്നിയത്.
വെരി ഗുഡ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ നൈസ് അല്ലേ. നമ്മുടെ സിനിമയ്ക്കും നമ്മുടെ മമ്മൂക്കും നമ്മുടെ യുവാക്കളെ ഇൻഫ്ലുവൻസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നതിൻ്റെ ഒരു എക്സ്റ്റെൻറ്റ് ആണ് ഇതൊക്കെ കാണിക്കുന്നത്. സോ ടെൽ മീ ഷിനാസ്, എങ്ങനെയായിരുന്നു ഇതിൻ്റെ പ്രിപ്പറേഷനൊക്കെ? എങ്ങനെയായിരുന്നു? ഫസ്റ്റ് അറ്റംപ്റ്റ് ആണോ ഇത്?
ഇതെൻ്റെ തേർഡ് അറ്റംപ്റ്റ് ആണ്.
അപ്പോൾ ഇതിന് മുൻപ് ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ വരെ എത്തിപ്പെടാൻ പറ്റിയിട്ടുണ്ടോ?
ഞാൻ 2012 ഒരിക്കൽ ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്തതാണ്.
So you have you're very lucky to be interacting with some very eminent personalities today. Rishraj സാറും ടി.പി. ശ്രീനിവാസൻ സാറും അതുപോലെയുള്ള പാനലിസ്റ്റ് ആണ് നമ്മളോടൊപ്പം ഉള്ളത്. സോ അവരോട് സംസാരിക്കാം, മാക്സിമം ഇൻപുട്സ് എടുക്കുക, ഓക്കെ, ആൻഡ് ട്രൈ ടു മേക്ക് യൂസ് ഓഫ് ഇറ്റ് ഫോർ ദി ഡേ നമ്മുടെ ഡൽഹി ഇന്റർവ്യൂസിന്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഫീൽ കോൺഫിഡൻറ്റ് അബൌട്ട് യുവർ സെൽഫ്. ഓക്കെ, ഓൾ ദി വെരി ബെസ്റ്റ്. There you go.
May I come in, sir?
Please come in.
Thank you, sir.
Mohammed Shinas, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please sit down.
Thank you.
Well, Mohammed Shinas, how would you describe yourself?
By profession, I am an engineer. I have good analytical skill due to my education, I believe. And I like to make friends. And I believe that I am a very good listener. And being an observant and being a good observant and being a good listener is one very good quality that's required for an administrator, sir.
So these things do not suit an engineer, you think? For an engineer, these qualities are not important?
It do, sir. It do suits an engineer also. But I believe that with these qualities, I will be able to pursue my passion. That's being part of a larger framework, being a part of an administrative or being a part of the implementing body where we will be able to impact the life of more people, sir.
But the IAS or civil service are basically a generalist service. That is why people who have been humanities students, etc., have done well in the civil services, right? So you have an education which is different, and you are not a generalist, you are a specialist. So how are you going to resolve that?
One of the ideal quality which I believe an administrator require is to be empathize with the people with whom he is interacting with. And that's not something which education can provide. That's something which we develop ourselves. And education is something which helps us in developing such a quality. It do helps us, but it should come within us. And I believe that even though I being a generalist, I could bring the qualities which I acquire as an engineer, and also the qualities which I acquired during my postgraduate studies also, which will be helpful in being a good administrator, sir.
Okay, you did engineering.
Yes, sir.
Then for the examination you took political science and international relations.
Yes, sir.
and then for the service you chose IAS, right?
Yes, sir.
So these are all contradictions.
I
How
don't-
come you didn't offer engineering first? Secondly, how did you take international relations and did not choose the foreign service?
I was fascinated by the syllabus of political science at first, because once I believe it was Woodrow Wilson who told that politics is all about what people does, and the syllabus of the political science and international relations is actually have much spillover into the other GS purpose also. So I believe that it will be much helpful than an engineer. And political science and international relation is not all about international relations, sir. It is in fact how a state should be, how a government should be, and what its exact role is. So I believe that will actually help me being an administrator also, sir.
Okay, talking of international relations, the Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi is more active in foreign policy than domestic policy, people think, right? And I don't know whether you agree or not, but in foreign policy, what is his singular achievement and what is his singular failure so far in the last 1 year?
Let me first answer his success, sir. I believe that his ability to connect with the diaspora is something which earmarks him.
But
from
is that the purpose of international relations? Diaspora, they belong to us.
Sir, I think Jawaharlal Nehru in 1947, when he was asked about the Indians who is living in England and other parts, are they part of India? He told no.
Yes, that's the right thing.
at that
International
time-
relations, diaspora policy is not the first priority.
Sir, I was telling that this was one success which Modi did, because we cannot take India from an Indians anywhere. It may be possible to take Indians from India, but it is never possible to take India from an Indian.
But how is it Modi's success? Nuclear deal in the United States was facilitated by the Indian diaspora. So the Indian diaspora was equally committed to us at that time under Dr. Manmohan Singh. So how come you say that the diaspora was converted into India's favor by Mr. Modi? You mean to say they came in the Madison Square Garden and shouted slogans? Is that what you mean?
No, sir. What I was trying to implement, trying to tell is that before also the diaspora was also a part of Indian policy. But
It is
by
Rajiv Gandhi who
diaspora-
changed it. Rajiv Gandhi changed his grandfather's policy
Yes.
and made diaspora an important factor in India's development.
By Rajiv Gandhi's policy, we were able to connect with the diaspora who are very much intellectual people or technocrats and all. Sir, but what the present Prime Minister has done is that he is trying to connect with all the Indians abroad, sir. He is trying to ask them and tell them that this is not the India which you have left. There is a much change in India which is happening now.
No, but
And
what can they do for us?
sir, one of the
You have Fiji Indians. What is it that the Fiji Indians can offer to India?
one thing is that India is moving towards a global.
No, they need us more than we need them. So international relations, when you say success, it should be something which does good to the country.
Having a good diaspora all around the world will, I believe that.
Give it up. But what failure or what is it which may have disappointed him in the last 1 year?
There was a fact that when the Iran talks were going on, India could have grabbed that opportunity at that time, because at that time Iran was desperate to sell its oil, and moreover we have
Which
the
negotiations
oil-
are you talking about?
I am asking about the failure of Modi, sir.
No, I know. But which negotiations? Iran negotiations have been going on for years.
Sir,
You're talking about the latest
the
P6, P5
no,
plus 1? No,
before the nuclear deal was signed, the Iran
it's
was
not signed yet.
not signed yet, sir. Before the nuclear deal, Iran was desperate to sell its oil, and moreover, India has they discovered a natural gas area over there called the Farsad B, and at that time, if India have considered India's energy issues as a primary thing, and
No, I asked you, where could he have been disappointed? That means he has taken an initiative and failed. That's what I asked. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
As a civil engineer, how do you assess the safety of Mullaperiyar Dam?
sir, I believe that Mullaperiyar Dam is a safe building. What actually happens over there is that a fear psychosis has developed among the people in that area, sir.
That is there. That is fear psychosis,
Yes.
psychology. You tell me about the engineering aspect.
Sir, the different technical universities which have done studies over there.
What's the age of that dam?
It's nearly 100 years, sir, I believe.
And what materials were used to construct that dam?
Surki and limestone were primarily used. Sir, over the year the dam has been strengthened only, and there has been instance of other dams of earlier age, like the Kalane Dam in the Trichy, which is also which is not up to the massive structure as of Mullaperiyar Dam, but it has also been made of same material, but it has lasted longer itself, sir. So I believe that it
so
is
you
safe.
prefer continuing this with this dam or a new dam?
Sir, it is not an ideal solution to continue with the dam on a longer run, sir.
So how many years we can continue this?
Sir, it is, I believe that if you are able to build a new dam on the downstream, it will be much helpful, sir.
If you are asked to build Burj Khalifa, a building like Burj Khalifa in India, which area would you prefer?
I would prefer Bombay, sir.
Why?
Bombay is one city which has been developed with the sweat of the people and which has been the dream and aspiration of the people for a long time, sir. And it is also the business capital of India. So if you need some structure which is significant to India and that will attract the attraction of the whole world, I would believe that it should be in Bombay, sir.
As a civil engineer, would you be considering the seismic zones while identifying a place for that?
When we are constructing a high-rise building, we should definitely consider into the seismic zone, sir.
So Bombay, seismically, how is Bombay? In which zone it will come?
Sir, I am not aware of it, sir.
Okay, you feel that Bombay is a very safe place?
Provided Bombay is in a safe place, I would believe Burj Khalifa over there, sir.
Okay, then have you read Padmarajan?
Sir, I have read his screenplay, sir.
Not his any other stories, short stories?
I have read his Lola, sir, but it was way back, sir.
Way back. So why Padmarajan? I mean, you are very specific to Padmarajan.
Sir, one thing of Padmarajan is that like he was introduced to me by my parents. My mother used to tell that he was her hero at that time. So I started seeing his movies. What I believe that like what he did to me, that he provided me a movie maturity, sir. I mean, after watching his movies, I am able to comprehend international movies, world movies and all. And another aspect which I believe the strength of Padmarajan movies, that over the years.
How is he different from Bharadan?
I haven't looked into that aspect, sir.
As a writer or as a director, whom do you like? Padmarajan the director or Padmarajan the screenplay writer?
As a director, sir.
As a director. I mean, you feel that Padmarajan's movies or Padmarajan's scripts were given more justice by Padmarajan himself or by other directors?
Yes, sir, by himself.
Shinas, you have so many temples, so many mosques, so many gurudwaras, everything lying all over India. Now see, there is a serious problem of unauthorized temples right in the middle of the roads. What do we do about it? There is a Supreme Court direction also that those unauthorized structures should be removed. Now, if you are the district collector of a particular area and you have quite a few temples right there in the middle of the road, nobody is making an issue out of it, but you know that there is a Supreme Court direction. What will you do? Will you initiate a plan to remove it? What would be your action plan?
Sir, being a transportation engineer, I believe that roads should be kept for vehicles itself, sir. Or roads should be kept for movement of people. So I believe that if any construction is obstructing into the roads, and it should be.
No, that's the theory. What I am asking is, what will you do?
As a person, I will consult with the religious person associated with the temple, and I will make them aware that they are encroaching into the road.
They know that.
And I will try to provide an alternative place for them and ask them to build a similar temple over that place. I will definitely support demolition of any such religious on such roads, sir. I know it is a sensitive issue.
They don't agree with you. What will you do? What is your next step?
I wouldn't use force at first, sir, because I will try to take a legal course on the same issue.
Legal course is that you should demolish it. You are the district collector. You have been asked to demolish it by the Supreme Court. It's a standing order.
Even after the persistent.
You will negotiate with the encroachers. You are being very soft with the encroachers, isn't it?
I am not, sir.
What will you do? What is the next step?
I will use the help of force and demolish it on as a last resort, sir.
It's a last resort.
Yes, sir.
But that is your target, isn't it? So you don't want to demolish it.
I want to demolish it, sir, but I want them to understand the issue the temple is causing, and I will ask them to take a better decision which will be useful for the whole society, sir. So what I can do as a district administrator is provide a place, provide an alternative place for them so that they can build a temple over there, sir.
Actually, nobody is making an issue out of it right now. But will you take an initiative to remove these temples? Nobody is making an issue. There's a Supreme Court direction is there. Temples are there. You have just taken charge as a collector. Will you on your own take an initiative and try to remove this? Or
yes,
will
sir.
you just let it lie?
No, sir. Yes, sir, I will take it.
You will take initiative. Okay. You come from the state of Kerala.
Yes, sir.
Your assembly has become quite infamous.
Yes, sir.
A lot of things happening there. Why can't you take action? I mean, why don't you get these people arrested?
That's a very difficult question, sir, because it is not easy to take actions against the political leaders, sir, for what they have done inside the legislative assembly. But the
why is it so?
Because I believe they have immunity against actions they take inside legislative assembly.
Suppose someone kills someone within the assembly, will there be any protection?
I don't think so. If somebody has, I believe that it is, if the action they have taken is for the conduct of their duty, then it
Do you
doesn't
think
matter.
any duty was conducted there?
A right to oppose anything is a fundamental thing in democracy, but the way in which they, or the manner in which they tried to oppose that bill wasn't right, sir.
Which bill?
The way in which they tried to oppose the budget, sir, because they claim that
What is a budget?
budget is the financial statement of
Financial statement.
Of the previous year.
the previous year, and also it will have the different allocations for the next years also, sir.
What is finance bill?
I believe any bill associated with the withdrawal of money, I'm not sure about it, sir.
What is tax?
Tax is a surcharge which we pay for the services we get.
Surcharge. What is service charge and surcharge?
Surcharge? No, sir, I'm not sure about it.
You are a student of the political science.
Yes, sir.
Is political science a science or an art?
It is a combination of art and science, sir, because it not only tell what was there, it also tell what ought to be there. It not only gives the tells the people that how a state should be, it also tell what are the duties of a state, sir.
You see, so many revolutions have taken place in the world. When we talk about the French Revolution, there have been, very common. Voltaire's name is taken. In Russian Revolution, some writers' names are taken. But not such many names are taken as far as our own Indian freedom struggle is when we talk about it. Is this statement correct? If it is not, do you have any suggestion on this?
If you're telling that the literary work which forced Indian national movement is, I believe that there are plenty of literary work which helped the people, because plenty of Rabindranath Tagore has written poems, and also
Certainly not to get freedom and all. Yeah, just poems, poetry.
the literary work associate, the extent of influence of literary work is not up to that of other revolutions, sir, I believe. But the leaders who led the movement were able to talk with the people through the writings, their own writings, sir.
You see, in India, we have got independence since last 69 years. Still, the kind of communal harmony which we should have, we are not having. One thing. What are the reasons? Same time, USA, which is the most developed country in the world, and there are a lot of problems among their own community. All the time is happening right now. What are the reasons for both these imperatives? Are the reasons same?
The fact that India is a multi-diverse nation is one thing which have hampered, because India has different ethnic people, different language. There is not a common language.
Sir, we are talking about communal communities. Why the best of relations we have not able to make in the last 69 years. The reasons for that, for the communal disparity, are the same what the reasons are there in USA.
I believe in USA the black people are sidelined for a long time, and moreover
Sidelined? How can you say?
because
In what
the,
respect?
I believe that the ghettos and the other slum areas in the US has been more concentrated in the black areas, sir.
So,
So they have been sidelined from the development for a long period, sir.
nobody is sidelining them. What is the contribution in rocket science by your ex-president, Mr. APJ Abul Kalam?
I only know the fact that he spearheaded the whole movement. I am not aware of his exact contributions.
Okay. Padamarajan you wrote, you
Yes,
know.
sir.
What is his first film which he directed? Just by writing something, won't think that we won't be knowing or so. Basic question. Which is the script, which is the first script he wrote for Bharatan?
Sir, I can recollect it now, sir.
What are the 5 themes, at least 3 themes in which he wrote his novels or he directed his films?
One theme is love.
It's not there. Women empowerment, how do you think? Whether the government of India is doing something about it, or are we there where we were 50 years ago?
The present government is indeed trying to improve the condition of the woman. That's why they have they have asked the Justice Pharma Committee report, and they tried to implement most of them.
No, please don't say that. That was for a specific purpose. How to give more conviction in a person who is indulged in sexual offense. So don't say that. That is a different matter altogether.
I believe that the present government has tried to improve the safety of the woman in public areas.
How?
They have incorporated cameras, CCTV cameras at different places
Where?
on public areas. Basically in Delhi, sir. They are also
Empowerment, don't think about security. That's one thing. Empowerment, it encompasses a lot of things.
Their own ability to serve the nation.
Sending them to school, sending them to colleges, they are making, their marital status. There are 101
Education.
things. Education. What are they? Their health.
I am not aware of it, sir.
Okay.
Bureaucrats and politicians go on and on forever. Do you think politicians should come with an expiry date or should have a retirement age?
The experience the politicians provide to the system is something which we cannot keep an eye close to, sir.
Okay.
Because the experience is something which make the system works forward, because they have been acquiring the knowledge by their experience, and this is something which actually helps them. But at the same time, they should be ready to provide way for the new blood, so that the new ideas is also incorporated, sir.
So you don't see any disconnect, India having the second largest youth population in the world?
We do have young leaders, ma'am, and they are also coming into the forum recently. So I believe that it's a mix of both, because like the new leaders could study and get more experience from by interacting with the old leaders. So I believe that it's a mix of both will actually help India.
Okay, so Rahul is really trying to mobilize the young people. What difference would the youth of today make in politics? If they were to join politics in large numbers, what difference would they make?
One primary difference they will bring is the energy or the dynamism, ma'am. I
Okay.
believe the youth will be able to see the problems of the people more effectively, and they will also be try to provide new dynamic innovative solutions to them, ma'am.
Okay. My next question is the private life of a politician newsworthy?
In the present breaking news syndrome, I believe that they do have a newsworthy, because the way in which they conduct in private life they should have an integrity in both public and private life, ma'am. So the way in which they conduct in the private life is also noted by the people, and they should have a level of integrity over there also, ma'am. So by making it newsworthy, they will also try to have a degree of integrity in their private life also, ma'am.
You feel it should be allowed to impact their professional career or the professional image?
The quality in which they perform there is something different, because like having a personal tragedy, having a low personal life will, I believe, that definitely impact in the professional service also, ma'am.
Okay. Generally, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a negative connotation associated with politics, politicians. Why is it that the politician has generally got a bad image?
During the birth of our country, we had very eminent politicians which were above the mark.
Okay.
But the later generation were not able to kept to that level, ma'am.
So, do you feel there's a decline or deterioration in the standard of politics
Yes,
in our
ma'am.
country? There is.
Yes.
Okay. You mentioned you were a very good listener.
Yes, ma'am.
I think listening is the most integral part. I mean, I would say it's the primary act of being a good communicator. Yeah. Are you a casual listener? You would say you're a critical listener. What do we mean by a critical listener?
A casual listener is someone who just hears what the other says.
Okay.
A critical listener will be able to analyze what he says and will try to give a better solution than a casual listener. If he is being given a problem and the critical listener will be able to get inputs from what he listens, but a casual listener will only be listening. A critical listener will obtain inputs and will also make his decision based on that inputs, ma'am.
But sometimes you tend to, pass judgment, or you assess a person you're relating to or interacting with. Does that interfere with critical listening?
The first impression a person makes on the other one will definitely have an impact on how we listen to him. If he thinks that that person is very easygoing or not very serious, then we the listener also will have to develop a lenient or a casual way of listening. But if he sees that the other person is very serious, the listener should, the one who listens should also develop a very serious attitude.
Yes.
So it depends upon the other person also.
You must have heard many legends about the UPSC interview, that they ask tricky questions, right? I do not know whether they ask. We didn't ask any. But I'm going to ask one of those. Listen to it carefully.
Sir.
In what state is the Bay of Bengal?
Liquid state, sir.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
ഹലോ ഷിനാസ്,
ഹായ് ദീപ.
എങ്ങനെയുണ്ടായിരുന്നു എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ്? വേർക്കുണ്ടല്ലോ നന്നായിട്ട്. എങ്ങനെയുണ്ടായിരുന്നു പാനൽ?
പാനൽ വാസ് വെരി ഗുഡ്. ഒബ്വിയസ്ലി പാനൽ വാസ് വെരി ഗുഡ്. TP സാർ, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ അമ്പാടി സാർ, പ്രശാന്ത് സാർ, മാം, എല്ലാവരും.
ഓക്കെ. ആൻഡ് കംഫർട്ടബിൾ ആയിരുന്നോ? ഹൗ ഡിഡ് യു ഫീൽ? ആ സമയത്ത് എന്തായിരുന്നു ഉള്ളിലുള്ള ഫീലിംഗ്? നെർവസ്നെസ് ആയിരുന്നോ? എക്സൈറ്റ്മെന്റ് ആയിരുന്നോ?
ഒബ്വിയസ്ലി ടെൻസ്ഡ് ആയിരിക്കും.
ഓക്കെ.
പക്ഷേ കുറച്ചും കൂടെ ബെറ്റർ ആൻസർ ആയിരുന്നു ഒബ്വിയസ്ലി എൻ്റെ ഏരിയ ആയിട്ട്. കാരണം പത്മരാജൻ വർക്ക്സ് ഞാൻ കുറേ നാളായിട്ട് കൃത്യമായിട്ട് ഫോളോ ചെയ്യുന്നൊരു സംഭവമായിരുന്നു. പെട്ടെന്ന് അവിടെ വെച്ച് ചോദിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ആക്ച്വലി തീം എന്താണെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ എനിക്ക് കിട്ടിയില്ല. അതുപോലെ ഫസ്റ്റ് മൂവി എന്താണ്, ഇതൊക്കെ ആക്ച്വലി ഓർത്തോർത്ത് വെച്ചിരുന്ന ഒത്തിരി തവണ കണ്ടിട്ടൊക്കെ ഉള്ളതാണ്. പക്ഷേ അവിടെ ചെന്നപ്പോൾ ആ ടെൻഷനിലൊന്നും പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ല. ബട്ട് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് സംതിങ് വിച്ച് ഐ ഷുഡ് ഹാവ് ബീൻ പ്രിപ്പയർഡ് മോർ വെൽ.
ആൻഡ് എന്തായിരുന്നു ഇതിനകത്ത് ഏറ്റവും സ്ട്രോങ് പോയിന്റ് ആയിട്ട് തോന്നിയത് ഇന്റർവ്യൂവിൽ?
ഞാൻ കുറച്ച് പ്ലസൻ്റ് ആയിരുന്നു, കുറച്ചുകൂടെ കൂടുതൽ പ്ലസൻ്റ് ആവേണ്ടതായിരുന്നു. ആ പ്ലസൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടാണ് ഞാൻ എപ്പോഴും ഇരിക്കാറ് സാധാരണ ഇന്റർവ്യൂവിൽ. Out of 10, somewhere around 6.
Somewhere around 6. Okay. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ പാനലിസ്റ്റും കുറച്ച് ഫീഡ്ബാക്സ് ഒക്കെ റെഡി ആക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട് ടു ഗിവ് ഇറ്റ് ടു യു. സോ ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് ദ മോസ്റ്റ് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് പാർട്ട് ഓഫ് ദ സെഷൻ. അപ്പം അതെല്ലാം കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആയിട്ടൊന്ന് അബ്സോർബ് ചെയ്യുക. ആൻഡ് ഓൾ ദി ബെസ്റ്റ് ഫോർ ദി ഫ്യൂച്ചർ, ദ മെയിൻ ഇന്റർവ്യൂ. ഓക്കെ. സോ ദെയർ യു ഗോ ഫോർ ദി അസസ്മെന്റ്സ്.
Thank you.
Well, you are aware that you have a speech problem, right?
Yes, sir.
But it's not serious. I think that will...
I was having it from my 5th standard onwards, sir.
No, that will not hurt you.
Don't get
so don't worry
conscious
about it. Yeah, and it doesn't come all the time.
If at all
As
it
they
is-
say, it comes only when you speak. But that's not true. And congratulations on the trick question. You got
Thank
it
you.
right. You read it before, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I have heard of it.
You have been looking at the IAS website. All right. But I think you are caught badly
Yes, sir.
today. That was not your best performance, right?
Yes, sir. Obviously not.
Because all that we asked, I think, somehow caught you on the wrong foot, as Mrs. Chandrasekhar was saying. So that is really the problem. So we won't give you very high marks, unfortunately. But you have to prepare.
Yes, sir.
And also hope that you won't get these kind of questions, but you will get easier questions. But the questions were not difficult. Like Padmarajan, it is criminal for you.
Yes, sir. Obviously, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, because like I have been preparing it for not for a part of interview, but I
But
have
at
been
least the first
preparing
movie, I don't know, but at least he knows.
Especially when you write like that, enjoying the works of noted film director P. Padmarajan.
You have narrowed it down to Padmarajan.
Exactly. Otherwise, you would not have been caught like that. Or even political science and international relations, and then international relations, you didn't give any right answer. Like, for example, when I said what are his disappointments, then what you answered was something else, what he should have done, right? That is not the question. I was thinking of the SARC region. He tried to bring them all together, invited them, but nothing came of it. So that is what I meant. I mean, you could have something else, but what I'm saying is, you are not answering the question, you are answering some other question, what he should have done in the case of Iran. That was not my question. What he has done and what disappointment he had. So those are some of the problems you had. Try and do more interviews, go to various academies.
Get the basic reading done. See, finance bill you should know, what is tax you should know. And
Budget.
Budget.
They are all definable. They're not. You are just making a guesswork. Finance bill must be about finance. No, it's not like that. These are technical words, which has a specific meaning. So
have clarity on things which happen around you. In the assembly, there was a ruckus. Something has happened. Now, if anything criminal happens, if there's a criminal act, definitely it's actionable. It's only the affairs of the assembly that is controlled by the speaker and that has immunity. Now, if someone commits a murder, it's definitely actionable. If there is a assault, if there is a attack, definitely it's actionable. Don't unnecessarily get drawn into the wrong route.
In crime against body, there is no immunity to anyone. Even the Prime Minister, President, all can be arrested for a kind of information. What they have done in assembly, that is, I mean, it's like sort of it seems that there is a complaint from the speaker that some of the MLAs have beaten up even the police constables in the galleries.
Yes, sir.
It's a criminal case. There is no immunity for anything. And affray, you know what is affray? Affray is, some people fighting on the road or some sort of thing. That was some sort of an affray. A case can be taken. They can be proceeded against for a kind of information.
And there was some question in a couple of questions were put, and you said, firstly, let me answer the first question. I don't think that's necessary. You just straight away start answering.
And you have found arguing.
Once or twice he asks.
You don't argue with the board. Gentlemen don't argue. They disagree. So, I mean, you are actually arguing with the board. And unnecessary quotes, there is no need to quote unnecessarily. I mean, if you want to have some idea, you just, I mean, somehow
Get into the idea. And
if they specifically ask who told you so or who said so, then you can say that it was, I mean, I am quoting so and so. And every now and then you need not quote. And when sir was asking, you were saying that what Jawaharlal Nehru told in 1947 looked like an argument. So don't get into any sort of that argument.
And let's hear your conviction, your personality. This is an interview or a personality test where you get an opportunity to showcase your personality. So why Padmarajan? You immediately say, my mother introduced me to Padmarajan. That is why you couldn't really put it across convincingly. There
and when the chairman was actually asking you on international relations, you told about diaspora, and actually he has even hinted you that you have to go beyond diaspora. Then you again coming back to diaspora and not leaving diaspora.
Diaspora is not the foreign policy priority. It has just come about. And that too.
They even don't vote for us. Exactly. If that was the case, for which obviously their votes are also not being given to these political. So that is not the point at all. Yes.
Foreign policy is what you gain for the country from other countries. Take the most by giving the least. That is where your success is. Okay. So we will place you at about 180. Unfortunately, we can't go more than that. But I'm sure you can do better than that. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Just another point about I believe. I think you used it pretty often. I think that also can be skipped there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.